retired-ish. He just didn't really go too deep into competitive Hearthstone. He still streams once in a while, but
wow,
he's a pretty good
Reynad
player.
is playing his cell phone.
Are you sure he's not just looking up? Because I think Reynad also uses like an authenticator on his thing, so he has to look up the password and make sure that it's verified. You actually were the one looking at your cell phone during games. Why are you trying to get him in trouble?
Oh, it's only that I got disconnected. I'm wondering if someone got to my account.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, in this case,
I've got reason.
I think Reynad's okay. He'll be fine. Puffin has the Oil Rogue, the Fast Druid, and the Patron Warrior that we know. And then Reynad, of course, has his own Druid, his own Handlock, and the Control Warrior.
Yeah, his lineup is heavily against Patron.
Yeah, and what's so funny, though, is Reynad was telling me right before this match that he doesn't feel very confident at the moment. He said that Puffin always beat him back in the beta, like whenever they matched on ladder or in other small events and tournaments, that Puffin always beat him every single time. And so he's like, he doesn't think that he can beat him again here.
Oh, yeah, he just saying that so that if he lost, he won't be very
sad or
salty.
That is correct. That's what Reynad is known for. The first match is Druid versus Rogue, and this is a very important match to start things off because I think that he also has decent classes up against Rogue too. Control Warrior is very hard. In fact, the previous player that he played against, Cojito, got his Rogue destroyed 3 times.
And Raptrip is also favor against Rogue.
Why is it, though? Is it because I thought Rogue was really good against Druid because of things like Sap and able to get tempo, but why is Ramp Druid? Is it because of the non-stop threats?
I think it's because of the card draw. Rogue is really strong for the card draw. I mean, for clearing the board, to control the board, but it's weak on card draw.
Yeah, well, it does have Ancient of Lores and a few other things, but I don't think people are really playing cards like Nourish anymore. That was starting to get popular.
It doesn't have to play it because Raptor's minion is very high on quality, so he doesn't rely much on the card draw. Don't need to Nourish.
That's true. I really liked it when Life Coach was playing it though, because it was just fun to see Nourish be there for like heavy card draw. It's kind of like Druid sprint. Druid can sprint on 5 with Nourish.
What do you think of this turn?
Well, I think Azure Drake seems to be the easy play to make to grab card, but you could also go for Wrath into a 5/7 on 5 and 6.
If he was, then next turn he can play Drake. Next turn he can coin out Ancient of War.
Right. But their deck seems to already thrive at the 5-mana slot as well. And I think Reynad doesn't necessarily play Harrison Jones in his Druid deck. I think he just wants to fish for other 5 drops that potentially be in his deck too. Also, the challenge is that Zombie Chow is really easy to abuse and lose the board. And Azure Drake opens up more opportunities.
And he has to kill the Drake because the Drake is too scary.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, in this case, the Drake didn't improve the spell power too much.
Yeah.
We'll see what comes out of the Shredder. Okay.
Okay.
Somewhat. That's about average result, right?
Yes. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. 2 Zombie Chows, though. Reynad really wanted to kill the aggro. I don't think 2 Zombie Chows are very impactful at all against the Rogue here.
Me too. Maybe he's not. Maybe because he's not running with many situational cards like Mind Control Tech or Kazamistic, that kind of stuff. So he has to have 2 Zombie Chow to go against aggro.
Well, this is a scenario where you were mentioning, like, now he doesn't have anything to play on turn 6 outside of spells.
Yeah.
He would really love to pick up a minion here.
Yeah. If he saves the Waz, he can... Whoa.
I have no time
there it is. And it's not even that Sylvanas has to get the normal mind control value off of it. It's that it's a threat that sets up for turn 7 really well.
And for Rogue, it's always like you have to play a minion and then investigate. So it's very awkward. Now he must to use backstab, that kind of stuff to play investigate, that kind of stuff.
Well, he can get rid of it by oiling.
Yeah, it's no value.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like one card for half a card, right? At its worst. Oil plus the
No,
hero power.
it's
kill
not.
it off.
It's not only like that.
Well, yeah, you lose a lot of your bird.
Yeah.
Your blade flip. But I'm just saying, at worst, you don't have to.
And he's already used one Drake, one Blood Mage. Don't think there's still spell power. Maybe.
Well, in this case, he can just start killing off his Ancient of War
Yeah,
as well.
he has to use his face to hit the ancient.
Yeah, and there's already one combo as well. Although there is a sap to deal with the first Ancient of War, but if you can ever hit the face one more time, like if he charges this.
Yeah, but Sap is really good. Like, but it's only if he's got the oil. He already used the oil, so it's not good enough. If he Sap and follow oil, then it will be really good.
Okay.
It will be worth it because if he play oil like that way, then Reynad wouldn't want to play the Ancient of War again next turn.
Well, Reynad's still setting up for potential, combo clear or combo finish even.
Yeah,
combo
what's so
clear.
quick?
It is. It feels like this game is just getting started too.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now that he's also using his own face to trade, the Druid Claw hit.
Yeah, he has to do like that.
Yeah. He doesn't even have to play like ramp defensive, he can just go aggressive. Okay, well, I wonder if he's feeling like it's too obvious. But
I'm thinking of charge, but I'm also thinking of Hellbolt.
Of Healbot, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Hellbolt.
Yeah, the Healbot would ruin things, or even a Farseer.
Yeah, Reynad just did it. Very quick.
Not even second guessing. He still can draw it off Fan of Knives. Fan of Knives into the Healbot would be perfect.
Yeah, but it's really bad.
He still has two saps, though.
This is really bad. He hasn't got the chance to play Sprint. His hand is very bad.
Yeah. Like, the saps would be good if Reynad was stuck playing Ancient of War back-to-back turns.
Yeah.
And then he'd be able to use that, and if he kept that oil. But I think a lot had to do with the pressure that Reynad was able to build with, like, his two swipes, or sorry, his swipe and his Wrath and his Azure Drake plays. So that's something that we didn't really talk about, but the Azure Drake provided a lot of pressure in that mid-game, so that way Reynad can go for, like, this combo finish. It wouldn't be as smooth if he just kept playing Ancient of War and kept getting sapped. So the line of play that he took ended up working out.
And I think for Rogue, there is one turn, like turn 5 or something, he hasn't got some very good minion to play.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Rogue missed important drops.
Yeah, there's one turn he just like passed.
Whoa, one guy's on the subreddit for Hearthstone. Be careful out there. It's a dangerous world on the internet. All right, well, Puffin is down 0-1 right now, and his Rogue lost to the Druid. And it's so funny because Reynad was, again, he was telling me how much that he thinks that he's not going to be able to take a game off the
Yeah,
road.
he's like feels good man now. Yeah, he's thinking that,
Yeah.
oh, you cannot beat my Hellrock, you cannot beat my Control Warrior.
Yeah, I think that's what exactly he's thinking for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's probably also downplaying it, like thinking the worst case possible scenario, where like, okay, well, maybe I have to play, Control Warrior into Druid, and then I just lose, and then Patron beats Patron Warrior. But I think still he has really good shot because his weakest deck against Patron was the Druid, right?
Yeah.
So now that Druid's out of the way, like Control Warrior and Handlock are both excellent decks against the Patron, which in effect should
Exactly.
make him the favorite in this series.
And also good against Rogue. Wow.
It's like he knew. It's really funny. But, you know, I think it's still a long way. Anything can happen. I've seen Patron Warrior beat Handlock and Control Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's still, like, the Druid, which is really good against both classes. I expect Puffin to queue up his Druid here, because Fast Druid can pressure Handlock really well, and it's really good at destroying Control Warrior.
Yes.
And look, for good reason. He also started off on Wild Growth, and he even has Big
For
Game
some
Hunter.
reason.
Well, no, I mean, he also has Big Game Hunter, so if there's any other convincing reason to give him a favor.
You said this is a fast trade.
That's what I thought. I played against this Druid.
Okay.
But what he did was he innervated Druidic Claw and charged the face.
Oh.
So that's what he ended up doing.
So you are...
So that's what I thought, okay? I'm wrong. You know.
I didn't say that. You said it yourself.
Oh my goodness. Well, I've gotten used to saying I'm wrong plenty of times, at least in my household.
Oh, it's a good habit.
Oh man. Well,
Wow. Do you know what's this kind of trade called in China? It's called face trade because he only can attack with his face. He only attack with his face every turn, so
That's
we
funny.
call it face trade.
that's a pretty accurate statement given on how the context of things are. Well, this is an interesting turn too. Reynad has an option of either playing off curve and playing the Twilight Drake, which is the more resilient play, or tapping and playing Mountain Giant, but then gets weak to Big Game
Twilight
Hunter.
Drake is no good. I think he will take the Mountain Giant play. And it's also on curve.
Yeah. It's
Wow, so good.
the reasonable play for sure, but then Puffin ends up having the
and
Big
for
Game Hunter.
Drake, if he play BGH, then he's got 3 mana only left, so he cannot do anything else.
Yeah, that's true. He can't play Emperor Thorson this time.
Yeah, I think he will still go like play BGH and continue go fish.
Fish Druid.
Yeah, fish street. Maybe he can last for one. But his hand is already very good.
Yeah, he even picks up the Keep of the Grove Silence. That really helps.
He can silence and rush for one to do the combo on Drake.
So I have a question. Is Ramp Druid solely dependent upon the Ancient of War? Because if you have two
Ancient
Savage
War?
Wars and one
No.
Force of... He has two Savage Wars and one Force
It's
of
more
Nature.
depend on wall growth because if you haven't got
No.
wall growth, you cannot do anything.
I meant in terms of calling it Ramp Druid. Is the difference between Ramp Druid and Fast Druid just Ancient of War?
Oh, Ancient of War.
Because we were talking about whether or not it was considered Fast Druid.
Oh. I don't know what he has changed in his
Okay.
deck,
Okay,
actually.
fair enough. Fair enough. Either way, Puffin did go for the Thorson. So he's making his opponent believe that maybe Reynad doesn't, or he doesn't have the Big Game Hunter, but I don't see why this would stop Reynad from dropping his own Thorson and killing.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh.
You see, he always don't like to play the Thorson. Like, Thorson on a blank board is so strong.
Against Druid, nonetheless. What is Druid going to do? He has to swipe it.
A swipe and hero power.
Yeah.
And that's it. He cannot even kill the mountain giant with... Well, we know he can kill it because he's got Emperor, but he cannot kill it without Emperor.
Yeah. I am very curious about that myself. But either way, the outcome has gotten to this point where Puffin still has a reasonable board up against this. It's only a 2-3. So now is the time to play Thorson. So I think what Reynad tries to do every single game is set up Thorson for more than one turn. He keeps trying to set up a defensive
But
board first so that Thorson gets mobile.
This moment is worse. Is worse.
Just worse, just bad.
Yeah, so bad. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Sucks.
I'm not going to tell Reynad to watch the VOD. Not that he would, but
Oh,
I'm telling Dad.
yeah. So playing Twilight Drake against Raid is giving out the board to him.
Yeah, fair enough. I wonder if Reynad will even try to go past his Ancient of War through silence.
Well,
Oh,
this seems definitely maybe.
Now that he has 2 owls, and he can still deal with Sylvanas for sure. I think what must be going through his mind is, I think Frodan told me that he's playing Fast Druid and he's playing Ancient of Wars.
Oh, Frodan told you that.
I tried to mislead him so I can handicap him a little bit.
Oh, Frodan's so bad, such a bad caster.
Well, bad teammate first, and then bad caster second. Yeah. All right, so Void Caller. See if you can taunt that
Maybe
up.
Argus? Argus and Silence and Trey. Maybe
Yeah.
he'll go greedy to play
Hit
around
Finn.
Sly. I mean to hit the 2-2.
It's if you hit the 2/2, then you're anticipating that the Ancient of War will go into the 4/5. But either way, cards are becoming pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the difference between Void Caller pulling it out for free and playing Dread Infernal for free if it keeps getting Emperor Thorson value? In this case, Puffin drew his Ancient of Lore, which is important because as much as Druid is usually pretty strong in this matchup, it needs to have combo pressure, which makes it really good.
Wow, he did a lot of stuff this turn.
Yes. Yes, he did.
And the Handlock haven't got Shadow Flame.
But Handlock has BGH and Silence on the Sylvanas.
Yeah.
Wow, there's actually a lot of ways you can do this turn. Because after Big Game Hunter, you can play Dread Infernal to help like clear the 1/1 bombs, but then you weaken your own board. But then you also get the value.
I don't think he will play the Inferno.
Yeah, he wants the
because
Void
he's a demon. Yeah. Maybe.
Let's see, the Owl's free. Huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. I mean, his opponent's been saving. Like his opponent showed that he doesn't have Big Game Hunter so far because he couldn't answer the first one.
The other very awkward thing about Demon Handlock is that if you pull out a demon from your hand, then you're getting 1 card less in your hand.
Yep.
And you get more the mountain giant's mana.
Wow. Wow, it killed that Dread Infernal. Yeah, but you make an excellent point. That is sometimes challenging for sure. Well, I think you're still feeling all right about what's going on here.
Maybe an Ancient of War.
More? You don't feel comfortable drawing the lore?
Because lore will be dead of Mortal Coil.
Yeah, that's true. You this way you have like a 2 health margin with what's on
Yeah.
board.
And if you play the lore, you have to get a Wrath. Have they still got Wrath?
I think he used one of the rats. I don't remember him using a second one though. Either way, this is also an opportunity for Reynad
To Hellfire into Mountain Giant.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like that a lot. Basically set up a lot of BGH targets.
Yeah.
And then he can tap afterwards.
Or he can
Yeah, tap after the Mal'Ganis, so you don't take the damage.
But what if he wants to take it?
Oh, I meant after the Molten Giants. But I guess he just does it in case his opponent has like some way to deal with it. But this makes sense too because
control attack.
Oh, you're right. He didn't play it on Mind Control
Yeah,
Attack.
I don't know why he healed himself. He can heal later because he's already got very huge big pressure, and he can set up lethal anyway. Because if Druid play BGH, he
Yeah. Well, his Mind Control Tech would have to land on Mal'Ganis because if you play Mind Control Tech, he still dies to minions on board.
maybe because he's afraid of BGH combo.
No, that's the worst draw here in this scenario.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Well, how about he draw card first? He wants to swipe.
Yeah, so that way he hero powers.
Yeah.
And he's alive by 1, but we all know the Dark Bomb is waiting. And the Handlock beats the Druid. I think Reynad is poised to take his own Tempo Storm Fireside Gathering if he keeps on this track record.
He can play Ancient of Lore and BGH, double BGH.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, that wraps up game 2. This is a best of 5. We're not going like special rules for the finals, 'cause it's single elimination, so it's not like there's a winners and losers bracket. And Reynad seems awfully calm right now and relaxed.
She's so happy, even though he always looks like that.
Yeah, wow, you can tell. It's impressive. It took me about a year with Reynad before I could figure out if he's happy or not based off his eyebrows.
Eyebrow, not forehead.
I haven't gotten to that advanced Reynad theory yet. No one has. Don't fool yourself. We have game 3 coming up here. It's going to be a Control Warrior, most likely up against the Druid, and then Puffin will work backwards from there. I think he'll go the Druid, and then
Druid?
probably Patron, because it's a better chance than Rogue, for sure. So I think that's the order it'll go in. That's good. You know, I'm surprised that Rogue got really far. I asked you if bringing Rogue would have been okay in this tournament, and you were right. There's a lot of hunters, but you know, Puffin got here to the finals playing Rogue. Do you have any commentary on that?
What do you think of Rogue compared to the weird mage you played?
I think both have
Both
a
are
lot
hard for you, right? I know.
Yeah.
So why should you bring hard decks
Just say
to
it.
trouble,
I know you want to
make
say it. You're
trouble
just holding
yourself? You know what I want to say. Okay,
my
great.
IQ is not 140. You got me. I got you. Yeah, I decided to bring that mage deck because I played a lot on ladder, and I think it's really fun to play because that's the goal here. We're having fun. It's a fun side gathering, right?
Fun side gathering. I know English better than you.
Oh, brutal. Oh my goodness. Wow. Surely you have to be out of bullets by now.
Huh? What is bullet?
It's an expression. It's an expression. You're doing well, Eloise. You're doing well. We have the Druid versus the Warrior, as we were talking about, but based off the trends, I think Reynad might just continue to steamroll, but it's really hard. The Druid is a really good matchup against Warrior. Very, very good.
Yeah, especially with this kind of starting hand.
Whoa. Wild Growth into a curve is pretty much spot on to what he wants.
Yeah, Reynad will be wrecked.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. One card at a time, Eloise.
Okay.
Yeah. What if, hypothetically, he just drew nothing after this Wild Growth?
What did I say?
Well, is the second Wild Growth even that good? I think he'd rather just have 5-drop into everything else.
Next turn, he will draw Ancient of Lore.
No, let's just say, like, hypothetically, he draws Innervate after Innervate, and then, you know, Force of Nature, and then just doesn't draw
Okay, let's do a bet.
Well, statistically, I'm underfavored.
Statistically?
Yeah.
You know how to spell scientist.
If I use all 10 of my fingers, I can. That's what Mom said. Well, he drew into the 5-drop, so I guess you win.
Yeah, I am smart, I know.
Well, Reynad has weapons. Weapons is one of the ways you can deal with early game boards.
Yeah.
Oh!
Strike.
Oh, this is so scary.
That could have been really bad. That's happened so many times where you kill the Shredder and then he has Savage or...
Unfortunately, he used the Fireworks instead of Deathbite. If he used Deathbite, then...
Did he plan for that?
He's planning on 3-2, any kind of 3-2, I think.
I see.
And if there's no 3-2, he will save the coin for Belcher.
For the wild.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Because then he could chop it down easily.
Yeah.
Well, he's still 1 mana away from playing Sludge Belcher.
It's very awkward turn. Do you think he will play Harrison Bite?
Oh, so like play Death Bite with 2 charges? I don't know if you're necessarily trying to fight for value. I think the matchup here is determined strictly by board, not by how
Yeah.
often you get value off cards.
Yeah.
So playing a Deathbite to override the last charge
Uh,
is painful, but I think you
Next
got it.
turn it will be 5-drop, like Dread of the Claw or... Wow, he's going for it. Oh my god. He listens to me, you see?
Yeah.
He don't
You
listen
guys have
to
a
you.
special connection. It's
Oh,
great.
really? I don't expect that.
Well, I mean, you never know. Maybe
Okay.
Reynad is thinking the same along lines as we
Yeah,
are.
because next turn it will be Dread of the Claw or Belcher, you know.
Right.
Or like
Or Thorson.
Thorson, or you know, all those kind of 5 health minions.
Okay. I mean, this Druid the Claw is his last minion, so to speak. After that, he doesn't really have like minions to play. He's only got spells.
Yeah.
Oh. And
This
Reynad's
is
only got
so
weapons.
bad.
Yeah. But I think he still kills it off and plays Sludge Belcher, right?
If he haven't changed the weapon, he cannot do this.
So this was his foresight. I mean, Fire Your War Axe, how often is it even good against Druid? What are you going to kill from 3 health or less?
Shredder.
Shredders and Big Game Hunter. That's about it. Maybe the
yeah.
Slime after a Sludge Belcher if they have one. At least in terms of value. You might use it to 2-time attack.
Oh, his hand is so bad.
Huh? We're talking about the possibility of just drawing spells and nothing else. Wow, imagine if he just ends up swiping or passing here. Like or killing off this minion with a second wrath. All of these have the effect about the same. I can understand Swipe. Swipe doesn't even have that amazing value.
Maybe he wants to save the wrath to hit for 1 again to draw cards.
Oh my goodness. That was a pretty good draw.
Yeah. No, this is a huge draw.
Yeah, I would say so for sure. And now he has to push in. Hey, what was I saying? I win the bet.
Hey,
I
this
win
is
the
how
bet.
many turns? It's already
It's
the
4 turns
bottom
later.
half of the deck already.
Yeah, I know. I told you.
He can draw cards west for 1.
Yeah, he needs to for sure. And then he needs to draw something 6 mana or less.
Uh-oh.
Oh. That is really unfortunate. But you can't leave Thorson up more and more. Oh, he is? Okay, well...
Maybe he's thinking that it's control warrior, so
Right.
it's probably fine.
And, you know, also the thing is, maybe Warrior feels like he needs to trade because he's got potential for combo next turn on 9 mana. Well, Reynad does survive Force of Nature Savage Roar with 22 health, right? If he executes this and... Like, if he executes the Ancient of Lore and then plays stuff.
What does he play?
He sets up for Gromosh because he hits the face and he puts him down to...
So you mean he hits
14.
the 4/9 Gromash to face?
No, Deathbite the face. So then you can activate Gromosh next turn, right? In fact, if he thinks like this, he should attack everything to phase. No, he can't because he dies to combo then.
Yeah.
Because he'll be 1 off next turn if his opponent hero powers.
And it doesn't matter because he's got other weapon.
Oh, that's true.
It's just depend on if he can survive.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Wow, all face.
All face! He
So
says you have to have
aggressive.
Force of Nature Savage Roar. Okay. I wasn't expecting to use both Shield Slam and Execute, but that works.
Yeah, because he's probably thinking that he won't have armor in the following turns,
that
and
makes
he won't
sense.
have the chance to play it.
Wow. All right. Well, this putting him down to 13 means that if he hero powers, he still kills him. Drew the Claw is a taunt,
Yeah.
but I mean, depends if Puffin feels like he should do this.
I think it will.
Yeah.
There's no other meaning. Why not?
I wonder if Puffin ends up going for Drew the Claw, and then Reynad draws into second execute, Reynad still wins.
You are always telling fairy tales.
No, it's true, because he can equip the Fiery War Axe and then execute it based off the Whirlwind, and then hit Gromosh to face for 13. So he's going to try to kill off the board here. Oh, okay. Is that lethal?
Can you still do it?
I think that's lethal. So you play Gromosh, you
Yeah.
play the Fiery War Axe, right? Wait, is that how it works? Yeah, it is lethal. Yeah, Fiery War Axe, and then you just hit
And
face.
hit face.
Yeah. There it is. Reynad wins the tournament. I told him this is
Wow.
not what we do at Tempo Storm.
Yeah, thank you for that, for teaching him. you think faster than him.
Yeah. All right, well done. I was not expecting it to be a 3-0, but a job well done.
Wow, so quick.
Reynad wins the Tempo Storm Fireside. He says, you know what? We've been here long enough. It's time to go home. Let me get my
Yeah.
$1,000
And
call it a day.
have birthday cake with Hyped.
Yeah, today's Hype's birthday. He won it for Hyped.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. It took a while, but we got to the end of the day, and Reynad's a champion. 3-0, very decisive. And he thought that his decks weren't favored against Puffin, but a congratulatory handshake. Also worth mentioning, again, that he said that he didn't feel confident because Puffin's historically beat him a lot.
Oh.
But also a big shout out to Puffin, too. He got here second place. I know he still plays very casually. He streams once in a while. But he used to be a pretty strong competitive player in the past. And he also beat Frodan, of all people. So a really tough bracket to the semifinals into finals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, looks like it's time for a winner's interview and the closing ceremony. Thank you, Eloise. Do you have any final words to say before we send you off? About the day and the tournament and casting?
Yeah, it's the first time I cast in English. Hope you guys like it. If you don't, please don't blame me for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's my fault, for sure.
Agree with that.
All right, get out of here.